Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right. I know I look like the peacocks have actually been like trying to nest in my hair or something, but I just came in from a storm. So you're just going to have to forgive me. Let's get into this, you guys. Just FYI, tomorrow I'm actually going to go ahead and do a storytelling that will not be about love. It will be anything but love. Okay. I just want to put one out. It's not going to be a shadow message. It's not going to be a love message. We'll just see anything unrelated to love. But for tonight, let's do love. All right. This feels like the wrong deck because this one is catching my eye. So let's get into it. Hi, hi. Hey, everybody. Great to see you tonight. We got a King of Wands. All right. He's upright. This could be a divine masculine, does not have to be. Could be a feminine, but it's somebody in a really warm hearted energy. They seem very content. They seem like they know what their heart says. They talk to their heart pretty clear. They don't have conflict in what they know is what they know. So they have a lot of warmth, but they also do have fear, and they're acknowledging that also. Oh, darling, what are you afraid of? You're a catch. We've been getting, do you notice how often we've been getting a lot of masculine stories lately, even though I know it's not about genders, but the masculine energy is the energy of the sun. It's the action taking energy. It can reference a masculine, but any character, because we all have yin yang energies within us, it all depends on which trait we're exhibiting more of. But we're still going to say that we've been getting a lot of masculine energy stories that have actually been really positive. We keep getting like decisive action taking masculines that are like finding their power. Right now, we have a masculine who is acknowledging, even though his heart is warm and he knows what he wants, he's also saying, yeah, but I'm kind of scared. Maybe he's a little bit nervous about this, possibly Leo, somebody who he sees as really powerful, or he's looking at her saying she's kind of scared. I said, what is it that you're afraid of? And right now, again, we could still say it's either he sees a fear in her or he says, I know that I have a fear. And it is about the Six of Swords with the High Priestess. So the fear is she over the past? It's almost like he's saying, I don't want to set myself up for a heartbreak. I know how I feel, but I'm worried. I don't know. Has she moved on from an ex? Is she through whatever trauma she's been through? I know where I am. His heart's pretty warm, but he does have, I think, probably an understandable like fear. Hi, everybody. But he has an understandable fear. Like, who wants to go out and set themselves up for like falling for someone or investing or trying to give a bunch of energy if that other person's not ready to receive it or reciprocate it? Now, of course, we could say, well, he won't know unless he tries, right? But we can see he's kind of standing here observing. So I feel like he's not in a creepy way, but he might just be watching and he's wondering in his mind, I wonder, is she over exes? Is she single? Is she in a place where she's not wounded? Tell me more about the High Priestess. I'm thinking there's some kind of energy. We got the Three of Cups. It's almost like he's saying, because I feel like she knows that I'm here on the outskirts, but I feel like she's intentionally not addressing me right now. Is it because she's trying to send me a message? Baby, I'm not ready yet. Is that, it feels like we have a very sensitive, very intuitive, very warm-hearted, masculine or feminine, but we'll call it a king. So we'll say him, who is wondering, like, I don't want to come on too strong. I feel like she knows I'm right here. I feel like I'm worried she's not ready for me to approach. And I feel like she might be trying to send me that vibe. Is she? Or is she, maybe she's shy by nature. Maybe he's misreading it. It's tough when we get the High Priestess involved because that's all dealing with the murky energies. Like, he's saying, I kind of know that she knows I'm here, but she's not really giving me the signals of, come on in. What's with the Three of Cups, though? It's like he's saying, I know she's aware I'm here, so I know that it's crossing her mind that we could talk, we could date, we could start communicating, but or is she saying, there's still somebody else in my mind, so it would be like a third party because I'm talking to you when I'm still not over somebody else. He can't figure out what it is, which you wouldn't be able to figure it out when we're dealing with High Priestess, because it's too murky still. Let's change decks and let's go blunt and say, universe, what's your comment on our king? Judgment in the reverse. I actually really like this. The universe says to him, don't you be worrying about whether or not she's got an ex or whether or not this or that. You are a catch. You have a ton to offer. She's going to forget all about that ex when she meets you. Don't worry about what she had in her past. Don't only worry about how you feel. Only worry about what you're guided to do. It's not about, because you can't psychoanalyze somebody else and figure out their heart. Maybe she does still have a little bit of like an emotion for an ex, and what she needs more than anything is somebody like you to come on in and show her how different people can be. Maybe you are the secret sauce that, like gets her out of whatever final little strains of, connectivity she had to that ex or the memory of an ex, if that was even there. But in this case, it just says with the Judgment card in the reverse, he doesn't have to worry about what her past situation was, is not. Is she single? Then you can approach. That is more of the confidence that a King of Wands would normally move with. It's like, well, if they were there holding you down, being good to you, treating you well, never letting you go, then you'd probably be getting all you needed and be satisfied with that partner. But I see you alone. So I think I could treat you better. So I'm going to come forward and do that. He doesn't need to worry about what she did or didn't have going on. Only if she's single, he can approach. Now, of course, like we said, he maybe doesn't want to approach somebody that's not, unbroken yet. Ooh, because he really feels like this is important. This is a 2 of Cups. He feels a really strong pull, and the universe is like, I know. We're still on the universe's comments on this. Particularly though, see, the universe is given the different nudge here. The universe is saying, especially if you feel so much for her, move toward her. Don't let fear block that. Don't let this overarching sense of like, I don't want to get in her way if she's still not over somebody. It's a little bit like, go claim your lady, go claim your lover, tell your lover that, hey, you're really special to me. At least, we can't make anybody love us no matter how much we love them. If she's single or not single, still doesn't mean she might not be ready for this. Regardless, he can't have any power over that, but he does have power over how he feels, what he knows to be true. So he doesn't really have to worry too much about when or how anybody else is going to receive anything. He's only responsible for his emotions and always doing his best to express how he really feels, so he doesn't have any regrets in life. We can't make somebody else love us. Hang on, I need to change my dial, change my setting from my mouth here. We can't make anybody love us, whether they were ready or not ready. So that's not even his concern. All he has to do is not have any regrets for himself that he hung back on the sidelines and overanalyzed stuff, instead of just jumping on into the fire and speaking up on his own behalf. This is my heart. This is what it's got to say. We can always be heartbroken anyway. There's no guarantees that we won't be heartbroken. So there's no point in even being afraid of it. There's some stuff in life, it just doesn't, if you think about the fear, it's like, well, how do you ever think you're going to not risk that? That risk is there 100% of the time, always. So just don't even worry about it. Just go for it anyway and live large, at least where your heart is concerned. King of Cups. I don't know, the universe keeps saying, you have so much to offer and you're sitting here with a cup full of love and you're not saying anything. You've got so much sexy 5 o'clock shadow. You've got such a great heart. It would be a freaking tragedy for you to not offer that to somebody. I kind of dig it. I dig all of the confidence boosting for this this masculine, because they feel like he needs it. Even though, like, I know it's like, oh, go be bold, go do this. But obviously we can understand why he'd be sensitive enough to not try to like step into somebody's world if they're not ready. He's trying to read the room. He also is not really looking to get hurt. He's a lover. He's sensitive himself. Of course, nobody wants a heartbreak. It's all very understandable. But this is a big shot of self-esteem for him. The universe is reminding him, you have a ton to offer. If she's single, she is fair game. If you feel some kind of way, that is a beautiful gift that you could give to her, which is the gift of your emotions and how you feel about her. In no way, shape, or form does that not speak well of you and highly of you and what you're made of. So it's a good message for him. Okay, let's go over to her. Because right now we're just talking about her. We don't know anything about her. 9 of Cups in the reverse. She's not very happy at the moment. Why? Let's see. We've got the Hierophant. Hierophant upright. She's not happy because she's so funny. She's in this vibe where it's like, I know very clearly from my higher self that there is something I'm meant to have. Now, I wouldn't always read this about love, but because this is a love story, we're going to. She's not happy because she'd like to have a really wonderful, committed relationship with somebody that she feels divinely guided to. And I'm thinking she doesn't have it right now. So he's got her wrong. If he's worried, what if she's not over somebody? Sometimes you look at somebody who's single and you go, God, they're great. They must be single for a reason, because otherwise you'd be trying to fight people off with a stick. So it must be that she's still heartbroken over somebody, still moving on from somebody, probably isn't accepting any new applications for new lovers right about now. And he's got her all wrong. She's single and doesn't want to be. She's lonely. She wants a divine counterpart and hasn't found it, probably because she's looking for something really special. 2 of Cups, anyone? This is I only describe the 2 of Cups as like a profound and meaningful connection. I don't buy into the other mythos around it. So I'm just going to leave it that way and say this is a really special connection that he feels for her. And that's exactly the kind of thing she's looking for. But she's not either had that approach her, and that's really why she's single. But he's thinking she probably doesn't want anybody right now. I think that's wrong. I think that she's wondering where the good, solid, long-lasting connections are. Embodiment of Pentacles upright, the Emperor sideways. She's not asking for the universe. She's asking for somebody who, trust me, and if you meet an amazing person, ideally you will always treat them like they are an emperor or an empress. But my point is, she's not looking for somebody that's got to be perfect, got to be rich, got to be famous, got to be, Fortune 500 company. And I only say it that way because an emperor can be, many, many, many things, but they're at kind of like the very, very tip top of their game. And they've, sometimes they have a lot of resources that they've already developed and built. She's not looking for that. She's looking for a king. A king is going to be solid. A king is going to be someone who, in their own right, they are magnificent, of course. But my point is, she's not looking for a millionaire. She's not looking for somebody who, has their life perfectly worked out. She's looking for somebody she can build an empire with, not necessarily somebody who already has an empire. She's not saying no to amazing emperors, but I think the big thing is, can I just meet somebody who wants to give and build some stable foundation? So like we can label it and say, I'm dating you and maybe you're dating me and we know where we're at. Like there's a mutual, serious attraction here, and it's me for you and you for me. And it's just the 2 of us, right? There's just 2 keys here. Look, I'm not casting shadow on whatever. If people want to do open relationships and date everybody and bring third parties and sixth parties into, I don't care. I'm not casting shade that way. But I'm just saying, in this storyline, whatever it is that rocks her world, floats her boat, makes it feel like the stability that she's looking for, that's what she's seeking. So right here, we only see 2. So I'm going to say probably a monogamous relationship for this character, for this story. She's looking for somebody who's looking for the same thing. It's a little bit, I'm not saying her standards are low at all. I'm saying she wants something serious, but she's also not unrealistic. She just kind of wants somebody who knows that they would want to invest in a serious manner. And I'm thinking that she hasn't found that. What vibe is she actually putting out there? Because he is confused. That King of Wands is confused. Since he's thinking maybe she's alone for a reason and wants to be. What are you putting out? Wheel of Fortune. She's actively trying to like envision a change in her circumstances. So she's more or less projecting into her future and saying, Wheel of Fortune's going to turn in my favor. I'm going to start to have better relationships. I'm going to meet, lovers that are going to be like really high quality, that are looking for the same thing as me. She is more like in a meditative state. So that's maybe why she comes across as a little bit closed off, because she's on the cusp of, at least in her mind, she's like, I'm imagining myself moving forward on the Wheel of Fortune, moving up into the next, level of my life. I know what I'm seeking and what I won't tolerate. I don't want anything that doesn't, contribute to the kind of life and the kind of relationships I really want to have. So I'm really projecting that for myself. So she's turned a little bit inward, which is making her appear closed off. I haven't seen a high priestess operate that way before. That actually does make a lot of sense. No wonder he's getting confused by her, because she's not really, well, let's put it this way. If you walked by somebody that you thought was super attractive sitting in the park and they're by themselves, but they're cross-legged, eyes closed in a meditative stance, are you going to think that, oh, I should walk up and bust into their silence and start chatting them up? Probably not, just out of sheer respect. You're going to be like, okay, well, they came here to do their thing. I'm not sure what's going on in their mind, what they're trying to manifest for themselves. Maybe they got a lover at home. I don't know. It would be hard because she's not really engaging. So he's seeing her in a meditative state. And the way she's manifesting is she's using her high priestess energy of the moon. Super, by the way, she's very, very, very sensual, but it is usually cloaked, which can be an even sexier way to do it, right? This is the smoky. This is the kind of person who you get a hint of how sensual they are. And that understatedness is what makes it that much more of a turn on, because it's like, oh, wow, I got a glimpse of something else within them that they don't show to the rest of the world. Now that feels really, really attractive, really mysterious, really sexy. They're very drawn to her. And I can see why, because she does exude some mystery, but he's also reading her wrong just a smidge. She is absolutely 100% just trying to focus on a new beginning. She might also be more focused on like a life of greater abundance, because this big fish can represent wealth. I'm not saying she's sitting there going money, 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 but I mean, if she's talking about having a change in her life where she attracts things into her world, she may be saying, universe, while I'm attracting stuff, let me attract it all. I'd like to have, abundance in my life. I'd like energy to flow into my world. I'd like resources to flow into my world. I'd like an amazing king to flow into my world that I can build an empire with, who becomes my emperor. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm just asking for something like good quality resources, and then I'll put my energy in and co-create. It feels like she's very focused on manifesting, which is ironic, because as she's sitting here, eyes closed, manifesting, she done pulled him in already. Like, she doesn't even know it. She's already done it. He's right there, looking her way, and she doesn't know it because her eyes are closed. So, universe, do you want to say anything to her? Because that kind of feels like, let's go with this deck. Here we go. Hang on just a second. Let me pause. Thalia has a question. Let me see. Just a second. Where's Thalia's question? Somebody said, oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's AC's question. Hang on. What is he to her? Okay, we'll get there. Hang on just a second. You guys are so awesome. All right. We have a Page of Cups on her side right now for the universe conversing with her. We'll come right back to that question in just a second. The universe is kind of pointing out, darling, what you're trying to manifest, you just turned your back on. The Page of Cups is not usually turned away. The Page of Cups, historically, in any Rider-Waite deck, is going to be somebody who's offering a cup, usually with a fish in it. It can be an offer of love, an offer of apology. Instead, what we have is the fish is tattooed on the back of the neck and shoulders, and we're turned away from the very thing that we're trying to attract. Almost like, well, the catch is right behind us. So the universe is saying, it's great for you to manifest, but open your eyes, face things and notice, what's around you. Do a 360. So she physically and maybe metaphorically needs to make sure that as she's so busy calling in what she wants, that she also remembers to say, all right, so universe, as I'm asking for all of this, let me survey my surroundings. Let me do a 360 pivot and see, what do I have out there? Are some of these things already present? Are they coming in rapidly? It's funny how sometimes you'll think of something that you want, and then you find it like within an hour or 10 minutes. I've had that happen so many times, I cannot even tell you how many times I've had stuff like that happen, and like bizarre specific things that I've wanted. I wanted a folding Japanese screen. I found it in 24 hours in my dumpster. Yes, I hauled it out of there. Hell yeah. But there are moments like that. I don't know. She's a good manifester, but all the manifesting in the world will be wasted if she doesn't notice that it's already there. Okay, so let's go to the question that AC and Thalia are both voting for here. Let's go ahead and take a look and say, so who is he to her? Do they know each other? 10 of Pentacles, they have not been lovers. They have not played drums together. They have not made sweet, sweet music together. They have not collaborated or cooperated together. Okay. That doesn't mean that he doesn't know of her. Hierophant. This is somebody that the universe has helped these two to cross paths. The Hierophant can be the connection to the higher self. It can be like a body of an authority. It can be a belief system. Maybe they met her in church, or they met her in some spiritual practice. And for me, look, I think a spiritual practice can be anything. I've always spent a lot of time in the trees, and that's probably like, where I feel closest to whatever my opinion is of, a life force energy or creative energy. So we can all find ourselves, experiencing a connection to the divine in different ways. So I don't want to say that it has to be in a temple or in a church. It could have been. And here we may have a very specific kind of traditional religious organization, or like I said, it could be, he encounters her or meets her when he's out walking and she happens to be out walking, or, anything that is considered to be, we'll say, I'm hearing Holly Holy right now by Neil Diamond. But maybe it has to do with music. Maybe it has to do with, anything that is a way that he connects to his higher self. This still doesn't explain it exactly, because this can also be in a business. This can also be someone who's in a position of authority. This could be a boss. Maybe she works for him or with him. We have a 3 of Wands. This 3 of Wands it's more future energy. It's about anywhere from the 3 days to the 3 months of what's yet to come. Again, we have it against the backdrop, though, of the cosmos, and we have this cosmic music going on with these 3 electric guitars, and we've got the spark of creativity and the spark of life. So when we say, who is he to her? And it says, well, these two haven't made music together yet. These two, because all of those drums are there. But for some reason, it's like, but I know we could. So it does feel a little bit like they don't really have a basis for believing that they'd be a good match. He doesn't have any basis for believing that she somehow is like gonna click with him, but in excess, it's breaking into my brain right now saying you're one of my kind. So is that right? In excess or escape club? Sometimes I will flip flop those. No, that's in excess, right? We got the 9 of cups. Somebody fact check me. This he has deep emotions and deep belief for some reason that this is an important person, even though he has not been able to test run that theory yet. So if there is, I don't know, I don't feel like they work together. It just doesn't seem that way. It could be, but it seems more like he's kind of fallen for somebody that he's seen more than somebody that he's interacted with very much. But he likes, why do you like her? Let's ask that. That's maybe a better question. Why? What do you see in her? What do you like about her? We've got a Page of Swords sideways. Oh, he's definitely spying. Okay, so he's gathering information, and the more he gathers, the more he likes something about her. He's something about her makes him learn more about himself too, since this is sideways. It's a two-way street. He's gaining insight into himself. He's gaining insight into her. You know, here's what I would say. Like, for example, I liked Kurt Vonnegut at first when I read his stuff, and then by the time I read like his 5th or 6th book, I loved him. Sometimes you get to know like an author through their thoughts, through the multitude of ways that they express themselves. And it is like getting to know somebody. And it's like, yeah, you're reading their books, you're reading, you know, this fantastically hilarious and witty, you know, sci-fi stories, but then you realize, oh, there's a much deeper energy to all this, and he's a humanist, and then you learn more about like what other layers there are, and it's not just fun and funny. Now it's really deep, and you sometimes it takes like watching and observing and learning about somebody like that. That's a great example, I think, of getting to know why you could be drawn to somebody and believe that they are, you know, right for you when you haven't really interacted, but you've been able to see and meet them through another experience like that. Now, I'm not saying that he's been you know, like spying, stalking, or, you know, whatever, reading blog posts or something online about her. I just think you could observe somebody even from hell, you know, the person that you see outside your apartment complex every single day when they're out there interacting with their kids, and you notice that there's this consistency, and you notice that they exude some kind of, you know, love, and you watch and you go, gosh, that's like, you can see the caring, you can see their attentiveness, you can see that, you know, something about them. So I'm just saying it could be in a lot of different ways, but watching her, learning about her, has making him contemplate and learn more about himself. And that's one of the reasons he thinks that this would work. So he must say either she's tapped into something or helped him, in this case, helped him to get more balance and more naked. He's not got any clothies on, so he's more comfortable with vulnerability somehow because of like interacting with her. He may also feel as if she's healed up enough, he kind of already knows she's not the kind of person that's going to like try to hurt him or damage him. There may be something where he already thinks he could be more vulnerable with someone like her because she's not going to go for the jugular. He's already seen something. Like, there's a lot to be said for noticing who like makes us feel safe, or who makes us feel like we'd always have to be on guard, or they'd rub us the wrong way, or we'd always walk on eggshells around them. She must come across as pretty accepting for him to feel this comfortable. For him to feel like, wow, I don't think she would judge me harshly for being like a human. And we already saw that from her. If we go back, she said, I just am looking for, you know, the kinds of things that I could build with somebody that maybe, you know, just kind of somebody that likes me enough to want to give me some of their attention. They don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be this. They don't have to be that. But somebody that, you know, has a serious intent so that I know where I stand. I think like she does not sound judgy. She sounds pretty like just a little bit on the serious side with not wanting to waste her time and wanting to build things. But he's seeing her as somebody that makes him feel really comfortable and somehow feel better about himself, which is, I mean, is that not like the most incredible thing to think that partners, I think that's the ideal. I mean, I don't know that I'm right, but I think the ideal for partners is when they make each other feel more accepted, more safe, like they can be vulnerable and they're not going to be judged or, ridiculed or, that to me is like the basis for a really amazing, like trusting foundation to have a good partnership. We've got the magician. He sees her as somebody that he wants to manifest with. She inspires him. He wants to, and it's funny because all this time she's busy manifesting with her powers of the high priestess, which, by the way, the high priestess and the magician are the magical power couple. They are the equivalent of the emperor and the empress that are the 3D power couple. These are the magical 5D power couple, or we could just say the magical power couple and drop the 5D. Because why not bring the magic right into the 3D? Let's keep it all on this plane, right? But it's interesting because she's somehow lifting him just through him observing her. He feels better about himself, more empowered, a little healthier, a little more like he could really create stuff too. That is really amazing. And the fact that they actually are on the same frequency so much. These are two incredibly powerful individuals. And you know what? They've come across as nice characters, right? Both of these characters seem to be like intelligent and sensitive and just simply wanting to like do better. It comes across as like quite a catch. Like I really like both these characters. Okay, so what is going to happen? Because she's the one who kind of has to look around and notice. We still have the 8 of coins. I still feel like she's busy assembling stuff and not really paying attention to who's around her. How is she going to change her mindset? Or is he just going to have to bust on in and be like, hey, baby, give me some sugar, Sorry. I loved Evil Dead. I love Bruce Campbell. We've got King of Swords. I think it's going to have to be his move because I do think she's going to kind of get her nose further into the books or into whatever she's studying or whatever she's working on or whatever she's like connecting into. Keep in mind, she wants her life to improve, but she's asking for a lot of different areas of improvement. And she's offering to the universe, if you let me have some resources, I'll give my best energy to it and try to co-create. So I'm thinking that she may be assuming I should focus like on the things that I have immediate control over, which is, if I have a skill set that I could develop that would then yield better, financial results, then, universe, allow me to manifest, opportunities and I'll work really hard for them. So she might be like about to focus her manifestation energies on creating things like wealth and talents and skills. And actually she will be ignoring him because she doesn't even know he's there, even though she wants love too. She's saying, yeah, but I mean, I can't force anybody to show up or love me. So that just has to like cross my path. What I can do is I can take care of the stuff I can do. I can work with my hands. I can do things. So it's going to be on him to have to reach out to her. Otherwise, she's probably going to keep her nose stuck in this case, she is assembling. I know it's a he, but it doesn't matter. It's how a character is showing up. She's actively taking part in like developing the scheme of the solar system. This could be anything from astronomical to astrological to the hard scientific to anything that she feels is like either on her path, or it could be like this could be more literal. She's interested in whatever, creating a sculpture of the universe as we know it, but also as it could morph into with the expanding theory of the universe or something. She could possibly be doing something like that. She can get really submerged in it. I feel like when she nerds out a little bit. Okay, there. I'm dancing around it, but I'll just say it. She nerds out just a smidge. No shade on that. I think that's awesome. But he's going to probably have to approach, because I don't see her turning around to notice him. So I can see why now, when we go back, when we were saying, okay, universe, what you got to say about him, says don't start like trying to psychoanalyze her. Where's she at? Is she over somebody? Is she hurting? Why would she be single? She's such a catch. I probably shouldn't approach unless I get the green light from her. She's probably not going to give you the green light because she's oblivious. And it's not that she shouldn't pause and look around. She should. The universe says that. But she's thinking that she's got to be a hard worker, busy bee to assist the universe, and whatever gifts she's going to receive, she's going to make the most of them. So she's kind of taken her manifestation, and she's so focused on wanting to like do the best she can, she's not going to see him. He's got to approach her. And you know what? If she's having such a beautiful impact on his life where he feels more empowered, he feels better for having like come across her anyway, then I would say it also gives him that role of, if you already feel like she's not going to throw your heart on the floor and crush it, she's not mean-spirited, you've already been inspired by her, why would you be afraid to approach her anyway? She's not going to treat you bad. You already know that about her. There is no threat to you. So pursue what you want. He's in the masculine energy and has been all this time. So that is the energy of the sun. He's in the most masculine energy also for his manifestation, being the magician. So again, it's all the sun, and the sun projects its rays outward. She's in the energy of the moon consistently, and water energy. She's in the pull. She actually wants to nurture things, but she in turn also needs to be nurtured. So he's got the magic sauce. Okay, the magic stick that she needs. Fine, I said it. But he has what she needs. He's actually the one who has to like approach in this storyline. And why not? There is no risk to him here. He already knows that about her. That's what, maybe that's the other part of this, is like the universe is like, well, you have been watching her. She somehow made you feel better, made you feel more secure in your own self, made you feel more empowered. So is there any reason not to approach somebody that makes you feel that good? And she hasn't even been your lover, your lady yet. So if she's having that nice an effect on you, go get that yum yum. go approach. All right, I'm gonna leave this one here as I laugh and snort. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I am going to wrap it up for tonight, even though I'm going to wait until tomorrow on the other channel to do one of our today's topic videos. It's just, I've got to get some sleep tonight. I feel like, oh man, it's been a rough couple days, but I'm so pleased that I got a really big project out of my way, and now I can kind of recalibrate a bit. But I've got to get some sleep because I haven't had much in the last 72 hours. So anyway, you guys, so good to hang out with you. I love it, Violet. Oh, thank you guys so much. It is my pleasure. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's me who's honored. Rusalka, thank you. Victoria Knox, so nice to see you tonight. Neandri, thank you for being here. Good night, 11-8. Sweet dreams to you also. VW the Fox, it is absolutely my pleasure. Christy Ferruso, buongiorno, darling. Ciao. Hey, Travis, have a great evening. The light, and my pleasure, honey. Hallelujah. I always feel like I should throw my hands in the air. I love it. Hi, Toady. Oh, thank you for reminding me. Toady, thank you so much. Thank you guys for giving it a thumbs up. I always forget to say that, and you guys are so kind. Thank you for helping me. Big Sexy's in the house. Hi, Lulu. AC. I hope I got to the question properly, AC. Thalia, nice to see you again, honey, too. Hi, Samira. I hear you, AC. T-Baby's in the house. Good to see you tonight. Travis, that's awesome. You're chanting for her. Open your eyes, girl. I love it. I know, we're always rooting for our characters, huh? Me too. Rachel's Magic, good to see you. Sherry Lee, Dandelion Girl, you're the one that got engaged. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Sherry Lee, I was congratulating basically everybody but you. And I am so sorry because I've totally misunderstood. And so I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. And you said it's to a Libra from, oh no, excuse me, you're a Libra, but you got engaged to an ex from 30 years ago. Oh my gosh, congratulations. I wish you every happiness. I'm so honored that you shared it with us too. So many people were excited for you, and then I think that collectively we were deciding last night that whomever it is, we should all eat cake on your behalf. But now I'm glad that the next time I eat cake, I can think of you. Free Spirit Sky Dancer and Love, you're so awesome. Thanks for being here. MK, hey, thank you, honey. Hi, Kelsey. Wendy E. Ali, thank you for being here. Walking Nat, how are you? I know it's been a minute. Platinum Pugs in the house. Ali, I'm great, honey. Thank you. I hope you are the same. Violet, I know we did have that possum in that other read, didn't we? Rodolfo, hi, honey. Shout out to you. Hi, Zoe. Slay Princess. Kins, you love. Don't we all? Danae Mountain Dreamer. It's been a while since I got to see you in a live. Hi, sweetie. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. All right, I'm wishing everybody really sweet dreams. If you are off to bed, or have a beautiful day if you're just starting your morning. Ataraxia, hi, honey. Thank you. All for one and one for all. That's awesome. Hell, Travis, send me flowers. You guys are so fun. I love it. 11-8, that's beautiful. She's going from a dandelion girl to a dandelion woman. I love it. Violet, I'm giving you a high 10 right now. I totally agree. Hi, Fallen Raven. All right, you guys. Sweet dreams, everybody. See y'all tomorrow. Bye for now.